In this video, I'm going to be philosophizing on the nature of free agency. Though, think about what creates freedoms. Livre pensador, como pensa positivamente dentro mente e corpo conectivos, develops, maintains, and sustains their own psychological sustainability only with regard to the highest organization of organizing higher order cognitions within direct perceptions that engage a consciousness process, which meaning interpretations processed within direct and indirect perceptions are moving between intra mind and body connectives that operate between conscious and subconscious processes that are explicit and implicit. And explicit is what's more direct, near and far to our perceptions, in which we have easier access to knowledge. And it appears more ubiquitously to mind. Whereas what's implicit is subtle. It's not that it's not there, though it requires a far reaching for it within a far direct perception, reading between the lines, and meaning interpretation, what is not direct to us within the surrounds, but is often situated. As often as we're meaning interpretating between the lines and we're digging deeper in regards to what something means, not just the surface level words, but engaging that deep thought process, deepening expansivenesses of meaning interpretation. Intrínseco, intro mais, dentro mente para corpo, that's transducing meaningful information from the functional operating structures of the mind and translating that to the body. From the causations free agency conducts. And free agency is a property existing with regards to what well-defined self-intelligence processes are all about, and which truly is a whole way towards the passageway of meaningful information that is a hallmarker of what constitutes true meaning and knowledge regarding what constitutes humanity. As the most agentic animals, because animals are more agentic than other organisms, such as plants or cells, archaea, for example, any microorganism. Animals have greater capacity to engage perception, action, and behavior, and they have greater mobility than plants. It doesn't mean that plants don't have as much mobility, because plants can have mobility, but they're very, very limited to the bounds in which they can operate with greater mobility. For example, dandelion seeds, when you blow them, say to make a wish, as many children do, or you might engage more of an aesthetic process, allows that to more mobily float around, but not to the discretion of the plant, an organism. While animals are able to engage what is not truly self-directed perception, action, behavior, though for the meaning interpretations of this explanation, in regards to the philosophical explanation of animals who are more agentic compared to other organisms, it is meaningful to meaning interpretation them as being self-directed and being able to engage their direct perception, causations towards specific perception, action, behavior that is allowancing meaningful mobility within the external surrounds from the self and surrounds. While what constitutes free agency requires the self and self-knowledge to develop wisdom with regards to our centralizing meanings and our psychological needs, and being able to meet those psychological needs, and in doing so elevate ourselves to higher order cognitions and emotions that allowance meaningful living through increasing intrinsic motivation and our capacity to aspire from our subjective to the objective self and surrounds external surrounding environment, in which we can develop greater environmental masterfulness in relation to our own masterfulness as we develop created existing priors of meaning processed within mind and body gateways, passaging meaningful information and transcriptions of meaningful information that become easier to access knowledge in pursuit of excellence, self-defined with regards to what is well-defined, and becomes more well-defined as we expand our free agency processes of perception, action, and behavior. And that's all on this for right now. I hope you have an awesome one and continue to live on some meaningful disses.